Hello and welcome to Wholesome Roots. Okay, today I'm going to do something that I have been meaning to do since the temperatures warmed up, and that is to start some very special seeds. To start, I've got some of this nice sandy loam and composted manure from our vegetable garden, and I'm going to add the cocoa peat, which is from coconut shells, and vermiculite and compost that I use for my potting mix. And I'm going to mix that all together to put in these trays. Today I'm going to start my pawpaw seeds that I got from Art and BRI. They were nice enough to send me some pawpaw seeds when I requested it, when I saw that they were eating pawpaw fruit on their vlog. If you haven't checked out the Art and BRI channel, you really need to. They are great vloggers that just got goats, they have chickens now, they're just doing so much stuff. They're building a wonderful fence and an amazing apple orchard, and they have so much going on, and I can't wait to see where they progress to. So you guys should follow them along too. So some of you may be wondering, what is pawpaw? Pawpaw is a native small tree that grows in, well, really all over the United States, but the southeast is very common where we are here in Georgia. I've seen them in the wild numerous times. I never see the fruit because the wildlife eats the fruit because it is delicious. I was lucky enough to try the fruit once at a Native Plant Society meeting in Atlanta, and it was so good. It was like a apple-y, banana-like custardy flavor, and it was so good. And the person who brought the fruit to sample also made a custard with it, and it was to die for. And it's really delicious, and it's easy to grow, and I cannot wait. I have a couple of trees planted down in my orchard, but I got a bunch of seeds from Art and BRI, and I'm gonna plant those. And I got a few seeds from another seed exchange I was in, but they didn't send them fresh, so I don't know if they'll even germinate, because pawpaw seeds have to be used right from the fruit. You can't dry them out in between and let them dry up like a bean. That's not how it works for the pawpaw. You have to plant them while they're wet and fresh. So they've been kept moist and in the refrigerator because you have to stratify them as well. So cold stratification is the most common method for them. It's the best way to do it, and you can either do that by leaving them outside through the cold winter in a potted mix with water in it, or you can do it in your refrigerator, and that's what I did because we don't get that cold here in Georgia. Plus me keeping something watered through the winter, yeah, right, I'd probably forget about it and it would die. So we're gonna do it now. We're gonna plant it into some moist soil, and we're gonna keep it watered, and it could take like 8 weeks before we see anything pop up. But I can't wait to see what develops. All right, got it all nice and hydrated, and I'm just going to fill up all of these pots with soil and get them ready for planting. So these are my pawpaw seeds. The bag is steaming up. I've kept them moist all the time they were in the fridge. And then these are the other ones that were sent to me from somebody else that were fresh, but they weren't wet when I got them. So I added a little bit of moisture into the bag and put them in the fridge and hoped for the best. So you see there's a huge color difference. So I don't know if that's because they dried out too much, or if it's because it's a different variety, or whatever, who knows. So I'm just gonna plant them all and hope for the best. So we've got 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of these, and 7 of these. Ooh, my 2 favorite lucky numbers. Maybe I'll get lucky and it'll all germinate. We'll see. I've got those trays all filled. I ran out of soil for the last tray. Yep, Liam's showing you the other thing I hope to plant today. Those are moringa seeds. So if we have space, we'll plant moringa as well. And we got that moringa from our friend Auburn and from Big Family Homestead. All right, so you put each seed goes an inch down. So up to my first knuckle is my measurements for inch. So I'm gonna put each one in and bury it an inch down, and then I'm gonna keep this watered well for the next 8 weeks. And hopefully I'll see some sprouts by then, and I'll know that I have succeeded. And then I'm gonna have to transplant them pretty quick once I do see germination, because they do not belong in a short pot like this, because they will develop a taproot that will go very deep. So I'm gonna need to transplant them as soon as possible. All right, so I did 13 in this tray, and then I filled the rest of the tray with moringa, and I did the 7 in this tray and filled the rest of the tray with moringa. And these are the moringa from Auburn. I'm gonna do this tray with the moringa from Big Family Homestead that I won as a seed package from them. All right, so I got to here in the tray, and I've got these 2 wild hazelnut seeds that I got in a seed tray that I have been meaning to plant. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick those in here, and then the last 3 I'm gonna do some more of the moringa seeds from Auburn. And if I can get some more soil made up before the kids get too crazy, I will go ahead and plant the rest of them in that tray. But I'm kind of sensing the kids won't last that long, so I'm gonna get what I can done. All right, I've got everything planted. I'm gonna go grab the labels and the marker and make sure I label these things so I know what I'm doing later when they come up. And then I think that's gonna be it. I am gonna water them in as well. But I think it's almost time for Liam's nap. So I need to get him on back up to the house and get him some sleep. But I hope that you guys will follow along and see how these seedlings germinate. I'm really excited about trying pawpaw and moringa, and I'm curious to see if those wild hazelnut seeds even germinate. So who knows, when you get seed exchanges and you do a seed swap with 10 or 20 different people, you never know what you're gonna get. This right here is a pawpaw. I planted this one 2 years ago as a 2-year-old baby. It hasn't done much of anything. You see there's a little bit of deer damage on it, but it is nothing compared to our other plants in the orchard. Yeah. This is the other pawpaw. We had another one planted in between the two where that stick is, but it didn't make it. So this is the area that I want to plant more pawpaw in. This is a drainage ditch, and it's very moist down here when it rains. So they would do really well. They like to be creekside, near water, low water table, in the shade. So this is all perfect environment for them. And because of our deer issues, pawpaw would be a good fruit for us to invest in, because I'll show you. This is what the deer do to our other fruit trees. As soon as the leaves come out, the deer eat them. I don't know that they'll even make it. This is a pear tree. This other pear tree right here, you see the deer just keep eating it as soon as it grows. So it's having a hard time making it. My poor apple has that. That's it. That's the only leaf on there. There's not much else alive because the deer eat it. Out of all of these branches on my cherry tree, that's the only one that has any leaves up high where the deer don't reach as well. Same on this fruit salad tree. This is probably a peach up there or a nectarine, I'm not sure which. This has grafted 4 or 5 different pit fruits. And even my pomegranate that's struggling to come back from the freeze is being eaten by deer. Yes, I know. I need to get some fencing or repellents or something to keep them out. It's It's another thing on my to-do list. I think what we'll do is cage these ones that we have here, but I really like the idea of these guys being my deer protection. Once they're done in this section, I can move them down to the orchard, and the fence will help deter the deer, but so will the ducks. Don't touch! Don't touch! You're gonna get zapped!